Now, we are going to continue the previous class. Consideration may be past, present, and future. Okay, so what do you mean by this? Consideration, it may be of past, it may be of present, or it may be in the future. Anywhere, anyway, you must come across the consideration, and there should be consideration. Sir, what do you mean by past consideration? Before going to the contract, or before going for the proposal, if you give something, okay, if you give something, or if you have to give something, that is nothing but past. Present, at present, right on that moment. And future, it may be postponed for future period of time. That is nothing but consideration may be past, present, and future. When the consideration for present promise was given before the date of the promise, it is said to be past consideration. He had given you. When the consideration for a present promise was given before the date of promise, before the date of promise, so it is said to be a past consideration. Okay, it is said to be past consideration. When the consideration for a promise is given simultaneously with the promise, it is called present consideration. Okay, when you are making a promise, simultaneously, if you give some amount or any other thing, okay, it is nothing but the present consideration. A future consideration is a promise to do or give something in return in future for the promise then made. It is called future consideration. Okay, I'm going to give something in return. Like that, whenever you come across in the future period, okay, in the future period, that is nothing but future consideration. Okay, this is about the one of the important elements. Now, fifth one, consideration need not be adequate. So, what do you mean by this? How much amount we have to give? How much quantity we have to give? What we have to give? So there is no restriction, please. Okay, it need not be adequate. We have to give this much. We have to give this much, like that. There won't be any measurement, please. Okay, consideration need not be adequate. That is, it should not be equal in value to something given. Okay, something given. The law simply provides that contract should be supported by consideration, and it does not mention how much should be the consideration. It is to be decided by the promisor and promisee when they enter into contract. This is the thing that we come across. And in this context, I'm going to give, when you come across New Year, when you come across New Year, automatically you will give greeting cards to your friends and colleagues. Okay, some people they have the bad habit of seeing the price of the greeting card, seeing the price of the greeting card. That is completely a blunder, a mistake. You see, out of love and affection, the other party they had given you the greeting cards, but you are not supposed to see the price. You have to see the love and affection of the other person to you. But some people they have the bad habit of looking, they won't look after the contents of the greeting card. Okay, they don't look after the contents of the greeting card. Whenever they receive the greeting card, first of all they'll take the greeting card and they'll turn to the last page and see what is the price. It is completely a blunder and a main mistake. You have to take into account the love and affection of the person, but not the price, please. So here also the same thing that you will come across. Okay, it need not be adequate. There is the court of law, it won't tell that, okay, this much must be given, this much must be given, like that. The court won't tell that. What it tells us is, whenever you are making a promise, it should be supported by consideration. But how much amount you have to give, what is the quantity you have to give, Like that, the court never tells. That is the main thing that people they must keep in their mind. Okay, you may give, for example, the previous example, you may give a 5 rupees card, or you may give 75 rupees card, or you may give 200 rupees card. Okay, there the price is not the criteria. I'm telling you all. There the price is not the criteria. The love and affection, whatever it is there, and whatever it may be, the contents of that, you must take that, not the bloody price. But some people, not some people, many people, 90% of the people, they will look after the price of the greeting. I'm telling you frankly and wholeheartedly that price is not the criteria. Only the love and affection. Out of love and affection, he had given you the greeting card, not for the payment of the amount. They are not anticipating the payment that you are going to make payment to them. They won't look after that. But out of love and affection, they are giving you the greeting card, and you have to go for that love and affection. You have to go for the contents of the greeting card. That content, it shows how love and affection you are having towards them, or they towards you, but not the price. So this is about the turning. Consideration need not be adequate. That is, it should not be equal in value of to something given. The law simply provides that contract should be supported by consideration, and it does not mention how much should be the consideration. This sentence, it tells the clear cut picture. Okay, it is to be decided by the promisor and promisee when they enter into contract. So how much is to be taken and how much is to be given, this thing, it should be decided by the promisor and promisee, but no one, even the court of law also, it won't mention that. Please remember this. Consideration, okay, that is over. Sixth one, consideration must be real but not illusionary. Okay, whenever you are going to give consideration, it should be real but not imaginary or illusionary. Okay, don't be of that opinion. Dream of don't dream of that I have to give consideration this much. Okay, so it should be real. Okay, in this context also, I'm going to give an example. People, they'll go to temples. Sama, see the peculiarity. People, they'll go to temples. They'll purchase coconuts, they'll purchase flowers, they'll purchase these bananas and everything, and they will go to temple and they will visit and they will broke the coconut, and they will offer the flowers as well as bananas. Do you mean to say that God insisted you to do all those things? Whether God came and asked you, you please bring a coconut, you please some bananas, you please bring flowers like that, whether God insisted you? No, not at all. Okay, not at all. Okay, to satisfy ourselves, for our mental satisfaction, we are taking all these things and we are doing all these things. Whether you give bananas, coconuts, or flowers, God will give you the same thing. If you don't give, just if you go and club your hands and keep namaste, then also God will give you. The thing is, to satisfy ourselves, for our mental satisfaction, we are doing all these things. Okay, this is the thing that we come across. So really, if you go to a temple and if you keep namaste and whatever may be the money that you are having, if you keep that thing also, God, oh, he won't ask. Okay, out of your mental satisfaction you are giving, but don't be of that opinion that God won't insist to give 100 rupees or 1 rupee like that. If you give 1 rupee, he will say same thing. He will do same thing. If you give 200 rupees. Okay, the same thing. There won't be any distinction or there won't be any difference, please. Okay, so that thing you have to take into account when you consideration must be real but not illusionary. You should not dream that I have to give 500 rupees to God. Okay, God never asks you. Okay, if you give 5 rupees, okay, fine. So that thing must be real. It should not be imaginary or illusionary. Okay, so consideration must be real but not illusionary. There is no real consideration in the following: physical impossibility. Example: A promises to put life into B's dead wife, and B has to pay him 500 rupees. What is this? Come on. Okay. Who is A? Just he is also a human being. How can he put life to a dead wife of B? And the same thing is B has to pay him 500 rupees. So it means that keeping life or giving life to a dead body costs that much, 500 rupees. So when it is like that, so many people are ready to pay 500 rupees to get back their dead persons. So physical impossibility, when you go for this physical impossibility, then it is nothing but an illusionary, it is not a real thing. Legal impossibility, the second thing is, first one is physical impossibility, now we are going for legal impossibility. Okay, what is that? A has to pay to B 500 rupees. B promises to pay to C, servant of B, who in return promises to discharge A from the debt. This is legally impossible because C cannot discharge debt. Okay, see the picture. A has to pay B 500 rupees. So there is a debt. B promises to pay C, servant of B, who in return promises to discharge A from the debt. That is, B is asking his servant C to see that the debt is to be discharged. And who is C? Who is C? After all, he is a servant of B. How can he discharge the debt of A? He cannot pay from his money, or he won't go to A and collect money, because the contract and the promise is between A and B, but not C. Okay, so this is legal impossibility. Legal impossible. Okay, this is legally impossible because C cannot discharge the debt. C cannot discharge the debt. Who is C? Is a unknown person. There is no contract between A and C. The contract is between A and B. And C is always a third party. Moreover, he is a servant of B. How can a servant, he will discharge the debt? So this is nothing but legal impossibility. Next, uncertain consideration. Uncertain consideration. It is not certain, please. The word itself, it tells us that it is nothing but uncertain consideration. A engages B for doing certain work and promises a reasonable amount. There is no recognized method to certain reasonable amount. Okay, this is also very, very good. Certain amount. Certain amount means how much? Whether it is 5 rupees, 10 rupees, 1000 rupees, or 10,000 rupees. There should be some denomination, you see. There is no denomination. Certain amount. Certain amount means how much? Okay, you can take into account 1 rupee. That is also certain money, certain amount. If you go for 1000 rupees, that is also a certain amount. There is no particular denomination for that. When there is no particular denomination, okay, how can a contract will stay. This is uncertain consideration. We can say straight away that this type of this thing, it won't be it won't set to be a contract. So certain uncertain amount. A engages B for doing certain work. There also we don't know the work. Certain work means what work? Certain work, and promises a reasonable amount. What is the reasonable amount? Even 1 rupee is a reasonable amount, even 1,000 rupees is a reasonable amount. There is no recognized method to certain reasonable amount. This is about the thing that we come across. Next, consideration must be something which is the promise is already bound to do. Okay, consideration must be something which is the promise. Okay, which the promisee is already bound to do. That is nothing but consideration. When you go for a contract, and when that contract when it was supported by some consideration, again there is no necessity for you to go for consideration or think about consideration. And so many people, they are going for this. Okay, when you want to get some work done, you will call a person to do that work, and you will talk with that person with for some amount. Okay, that person, he will come and he will start the work, and in the middle he will ask something, some more money. That is not genuine. That is not genuine. For completion of that work only, you have asked that person to tell about the money. Suppose if he tells 500 rupees, and if it is agreeable to you, okay, you will let him to do the work. And that person in the middle, if he says, no, no, sir, 500 is not sufficient, I want 1,000 rupees, it is not good. It is not at all suggestible. It is not at all suggestible. You, I told you about to do this work, and for that work you told 500 rupees, and I am going to give 500 rupees. I am not going to give 1 rupee extra. I am not going to give 1 rupee extra. Okay, so when you go for that, then it is a valid one. But taking into account another something, some amount, it is not good. And you may ask me, sir, where you will find this? If you come across gas cylinders, you will book gas, and it is the duty of the person to bring the gas and give it to you. And whatever it may be the fare, that is price of that cylinder, if you give that, okay, well and good. It is nothing but a valid contract, and every person will agree for that. But that person, what he will do is, he will ask some extra amount. Suppose if you ask, why should I give extra amount? Sir, chai paise, sir. For chai, for tea. How much a tea costs? At present, it is 6 rupees or 7 rupees. But he won't take that. He will demand 20 rupees. What is this? And what people they are doing is, most of the people, 99% of the people, it is a mistake of the public, or it is a mistake of the people, I'm telling you, that they habituated this. Some people, what they will do is, only 20 rupees now, okay, let him. They'll say that. But okay, that person, he will take this 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, and automatically it will become a bulk amount, and with that bulk amount he will go to a bar and restaurant and he'll drink. He won't take home. Mind it, I'm telling you fact. Mind it, I'm telling the fact. Okay, with that lump sum amount, he will go and enjoy in the evening in a bar and restaurant. So, for his enjoyment, you are giving an excess amount of 20 rupees. How far it is genuine? Okay, it is the duty of the person to bring that gas and deliver that. And whatever it may be, the price of the cylinder, we will pay that. That's enough. But thing is, people they'll ask 20 rupees. What is this demand? And 99.9% people they are doing the mistake. And it became a habit for those people. And I'm telling you openly that no one they have gone to this office or agency and they're asking. The agency people they won't tell you to take, because already that person is getting the salary. In the same way, when you go for a hotel and when you order the menu tiffins, he will bring that. Okay, whatever it may be, the price of the tiffins, whatever it may be, okay, if you pay that, that's enough. But most of the people, 99.9% people, what they are giving is they are giving extra money, tip. What is that? Some people they'll give 10 rupees, some people they'll give 20 rupees, some people they'll give 50 rupees. Do you mean to say that this 10 rupees, 20 rupees, or 50 rupees, they are not useful to you? Why should you give? He had done his duty. For doing that duty only, he is appointed and he is getting salary. And most of the people, what they are doing is they are saving the money, whatever it may be, the salary they are getting, they are saving. And with these tips only, they are just leading their life. It is not the mistake of the steward. It is not the mistake of the steward. It is the mistake of the public or people who are giving tips. I am completely against to that. Okay, wholeheartedly I am telling you that I am against to this tip. He served you the tiffins, whatever it may be, but he is not doing any service, that is taking the tiffin and just giving to your mouth. You only you are taking and you are eating. For that, okay, whatever it may be the price, you have to pay. But there is no necessity for anyone to pay the tips. But 99.9% people they are doing this. And you may ask me, sir, why they are doing? To show their ego before others. When other people, when they are giving, why don't we? To show their status or ego, they are giving. What do you mean by this status and ego? You had gone to a hotel, you are taking your tiffin, you are paying for the tiffin, the price, the total amount. But there is no necessity for you to give any extra rupee for the steward or for the bearer as tip. But people they are doing that. And you cannot change. And suppose when any person, when they object, they will look in a different manner. They will think that this man is a conducive Marwadi. He is serving us. What serving? It is the duty of that person to serve the food. So, whenever any person, when they object, automatically it will become a big blunder. I don't think. As if he had killed some persons or he had raped some persons, like that, the other people they will look at him. He had not done, wherever it may be, not at all a hotel. When you go for a bar and restaurant, wherever you go for anything, people only it is the mistake of the people, and people only they are making the habit of this. Okay, so that is about the consideration must be something which the promisee already bound to do. Next, consideration must not be illegal, immoral, and opposite to public policy. If you do this, I will allow you to kill some persons. I'll allow you to rape some persons like that. It is completely illegal, immoral, and opposite to public policy. A contract should not have this type of considerations. And whenever you come across the consideration of this type, then we can say it is nothing but a invalid contract. Okay, so I am completing this here, and tomorrow we are going to continue the other parts. Thank you.